We all ready? Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for being here. As we have been stating over the past few days, the city is actively preparing for the oncoming Hurricane Dorian. Right now, Hurricane Dorian poses a significant threat to the city of West Palm Beach. According to the National Hurricane Center, life-threatening storm surge and devastating hurricane force winds are likely along portions of Florida's East Coast by early next week. And it's too soon to tell where the highest winds and storm surge will occur or how West Palm Beach will be affected, but West Palm Beach will be affected. Having said that, all West Palm Beach residents should have their hurricane plan in place. And they should know by now whether or not they're in a hurricane evacuation zone. And we are urging all West Palm Beach residents to please listen to advice given out by local emergency officials. I have standing with me Assistant Chief Brent Bloomfield and Assistant Chief Sarah Money. I've been in constant contact with them as well as other representatives from my leadership team about how we are preparing our city, how the city will respond, and how we will recover from Hurricane Dorian. I've also been in close contact with our partners at the county, the state, and the federal government. Even last evening, I had communications with representatives from the White House. So we are staying on top of this, and we do have allies lined up to assist us as necessary. And as I mentioned, Hurricane Dorian does pose a significant threat to our city. Now, history has shown that hurricane awareness and preparation can reduce the impact of a hurricane disaster. Having said that, I encourage our residents to do the following. Know your flood risk. Know which flood zone you're in. Learn what evacuation zone you're in. If you are told to evacuate, do it. To learn your evacuation zone, you could go to floridadisaster.org/know your zone. That's floridadisaster.org/know your zone. Have your hurricane kit ready with a week's worth of food, supplies, and water. And you should have 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 7 days. Check out the city's website, wpb.org/storm, for a shopping list of what should go into the hurricane kit. On our website are links to downloads to things like the hurricane preparation flyer in both English and Spanish, an emergency supply kit shopping list, and our 4-step hurricane survival kit. Again, that website is wpb.org/storm. Make sure you and your family have a communication plan. Check your insurance policies and plans. And please follow all news updates on the city's social media feeds, Twitter and Facebook. Download the Code Red and Palm Beach County DART apps. And you can also subscribe to my office's newsletter at wpb.org/insider. Having the correct information is going to be key. Let me give you a few updates since we've last spoken. We received a lot of questions about parking in city garages. There will be limited free parking in city garages, but the garages will be closed off to any additional access once we reach capacity. We will open the garage only after we have received the all clear from our emergency manager. So once your car is in there, it's there until the all clear. There's no going in and out. Now, we are working on all the details of timing when the garage will be open right now, and we'll share those with you when we have them. We are also expecting to have access to the county judicial center garage, and we will release that more information about that as well. We have posted a number of closures and cancellations on our website. Check out wpb.org/news. That's wpb.org/news. The city facilities will be closed as of 3 p.m. today. Remember, it's imperative that you clear all storm drains in your neighborhoods to reduce flooding potential. Also, Saturday sanitation service has been suspended. There will be no pickup of Saturday of garbage tomorrow. I really want to emphasize to all the citizens of West Palm Beach that we at the city are working around the clock. We prepare for hurricanes throughout the year. I am confident in the talent and the capabilities of our team, and I do want to assure every resident in the city that we will get through this. It's going to take cooperation from everyone, but we have assembled a very fine, capable team here, and we will be manning the Emergency Operations Center beginning tomorrow. Our employees are working very hard to prepare our city, to protect you, and to keep you safe. Your safety is paramount, but you must expect that there will be some significant disruption of services over the next few days, particularly after the storm hits. Please be patient, be courteous. We're all in this together, but we will all get through this together. Hurricanes are one of Mother Nature's most powerful and destructive weather events. Hurricane awareness and preparation can reduce the impact of hurricane disasters. In closing, I'm pleased that so many of our residents have been taking this threat very, very seriously. And I ask that everybody remain calm. It's a stressful time for all of us, but we're all neighbors. Let the angels in us please come out. Let's work together. And I know if we work together, we will get through this together. I'm here for any questions.
Mayor, you mentioned evacuations yesterday. Is there a target date in which you guys make a determination when and if you're going to do that?
Whoever determines, well, go ahead, Greg.
So we are working with the county right now, and so the biggest thing about evacuations is it depends on the storm and when the storm's going to get here. The storm is slowed. It continues to slow. So that's pushed back our thought process on when we're going to do certain things. Once we find out, we're not even under a hurricane watch yet. So as soon as we get under a hurricane watch, we'll start making some of those decisions. And let me just say this about evacuation zones. When we tell you to evacuate, we want you to evacuate. When the winds get up to 45 miles an hour, we do not respond anymore. So the thing about that is if you are in an evacuation zone and you get in trouble, we're probably not going to come and get you. So if we tell you to evacuate, evacuate.
Chief Mooney, can we get you to talk about, of course, when we have storms like this and you of this magnitude, you have people that are milling around different neighborhoods and they shouldn't be there, or people that are going out and going places where they shouldn't. Can you talk on that?
We definitely, anybody that's milling around during the storm is a problem. We do our best before, during, and after the storm, as long as it's safe for our officers to be out doing their job, to ensure that those people get where they're supposed to be so that they're safe during this whole event. After the storm, we have different task forces and groups that will go out to make sure that the entire community is safe and secure to the best of our ability, to make sure that if they decide to come out and start looking at what's going on, that it's safe to come out and start looking at what's going on. The best thing is people shouldn't go out and just kind of, hey, I just want to see what happened, or I'm coming out during the middle of the storm. Our suggestion would be get prepared now, get hunkered down well before the storm arrives, and don't just hit the door and go out running and checking out what's going on in the neighborhood right after it leaves. Give us the opportunity to get out and do some assessments to make sure that the whole environment is safe enough for people to be out and about.
And as for the people who are out there trying to commit crimes and all this?
We're out there to do some law enforcement.
Mayor, any special provisions being made to ensure the city's water supply remains safe and working?
Well, we have in the safeguards that we normally have to make sure that that happens. You know, we expect that our water infrastructure will stand up during this. We can't guarantee, but we expect that it will. And that is why we are encouraging people, that's not why, but we encourage people to have 1 gallon of water per day for a week. For general purposes, but just like any other part of our infrastructure, we're confident and optimistic that the infrastructure will hold up. And that's unrelated, but related to the previous question. From our experience, while the storm itself is problematic, a lot of rain, possible flooding, high winds, it's life after the storm that is difficult, and where people need to be patient and we need to make adjustments. And as Chief Mooney just said, as soon as the storm is past, don't rush out of your door and hit the streets, because it's still a very fragile, still a very dangerous situation out there. Power lines will be down. There will be streets that are flooded. It's not going to be a safe situation. So we're asking people to stay put, to hunker down in their homes, even well after the storm passes, until there's an all clear issued by emergency officials. We will have to go out, make assessments, make any necessary repairs and any necessary cleanup. So again, just because the storm is gone doesn't mean that it's safe to be outside. So prepare to stay in your homes for a period of time after the storm does go through.
Stay off the roads and your cars.
Stay off the roads, stay on off the roads in your cars. Don't even walk around, because again, there are power lines down. We need to inspect the area, the city, so we'll know where the danger spots are.
Chief, can you talk a little bit about, that people know what operation goes on in this building, how many city officials and what kinds of departments are happening here?
Yeah, so we have section chiefs just like any other EOC. So we have a finance section, a logistics section, an operations section, and a planning section. We also staff a full-time PIO. We also have a safety director in here as well. We staff about 22 people in here during the storm. We have a full IT staff to keep us up and running. We have a generator that holds about 10,000 gallons of fuel to keep us going during and after the storm. And then the people here that are staffed, we take our direction from the executive policy group, which is the commissioners and the mayor. And we make things happen every 12 hours. What we do is an operational assessment, and we figure out what we're going to do for the next 12 hours. And we do a briefing for everybody so that we all are on the same page and we're all working towards the same goals.
Will the mayor and all the commissioners be sleeping here?
No. So what we'd like to do is the mayor will be here as needed, but the commissioners, we want them to be out in their districts. We want them to be a face for what we're doing in here, and we want them to be able to give our message from the EOC to their constituents. So we believe that they are the best line of communication if anything happens. So we're going to get the information to them. So if we run out, if we don't have power, or if our cell phones are down, they are basically going to be a sounding mouthpiece for the EOC, and they are going to give us direction back in the EOC for what we need to do for the next operational period.
Just to piggyback on that, he says the mayor will be here as needed. I'm considering myself needed as long as there is a threat. So
Yeah.
I will be here.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Good job, guys.